Hello, this video is a job help aid for all of y'all on how to quickly and easily set up a grade book on D2L. You've all been given the email. I sent it out. The system office sent it out. That starting in the spring of 2021, we are all going to be forced to at least have a D2L grade book. And so I'm going to show you what I did back in the spring and what I do now. We're going to go through this. All right. If you already know how to do this, then don't watch the video. Delete it. All right, let's get started. All right, so y'all know how to get to D2L by now because we're all doing online stuff. We don't have a choice, which I found it. It's pretty nice myself. So let's just take my spring machining 1343 class, machine shop mathematics, and let's go ahead and open up section Y003. I will never have the lab activated, so I'm going to show you what I built in the actual where all the students get to it, and then I will rebuild this over in the lab section, and of course I'll never activate this so nobody will get to it. All right, so let's look and see what it's going to look like, and then we'll just reverse engineer it. Now in the course major event section, using the calendar, I put the important dates here. It's also in the syllabus. So let's go over here to grades. All right, so here's grades. This is what we want the grade sheet to look like, at least for my course. All right. It theoretically auto-populates your roster. Some people may be on your iStar roster and not be on your grade roster or your class roster, so you'll have to go into course management and activate that student. So here we have a category. This up here are categories, exams, and down here are items attached to that category. And since they're all equally weighted, the exams at 100 points, I put the exams under one category. The final exam is worth 800 points in my course, so I have a separate category for it with the item weighted at 800. And then I also require all my students in every class that I teach to do Covey. They give me 7 reflective papers, 1 paper on each of the 7 habits of Covey, of highly effective people, whether they want to or not. So Covey is also a category, and habit 1, habit 2, habit 3, habit 4, habit 5, 6, and 7 are items under this category. And so it gives you a final calculated deal. So nonetheless. Now, by the way, I also keep a separate Excel spreadsheet as a duplicate. My Excel spreadsheet is the master. I use D2L. The students can see their grades, and it makes the system office happy. So everybody's happy. So let's get out of this course and go over to the section that I'm not going to activate, and let's see what we're going to do. All right. Waiting for the spinning circle of death from Bill Gates. Here we go. So let's go open up the lab section of Machine Shop Mathematics. And we'll click on grades. This will be assuming you haven't ever built a grade spreadsheet for your course. I see it says grade setup wizard. So we're going to go down here and click start. I use points, so I use the default. These little question buttons here, you click on that, and it'll tell you what that means. Gives you some help. You can always go to VTAC. I find this a lot simpler than maybe some of their other videos. Calculated final grade, I just use the default. Drop ungraded items. I treat ungraded items as a 0. percentage, yeah, continue. I just use the default. Number of decimal places, it's 2, continue. I think my Excel spreadsheet goes out to 4 or 5 decimal places. But I'm a geek, what can I say? Let's see, I leave this all as defaults, number of decimal places, displayed final grade calculation to users. You can click on this if you want, or you can not. I think I activated that in the other one. We'll say continue. You can always change this. You can go back and change this after you set it up. And this is step 7 of 7, and it tells you what you did, and you say finish. All right, fine. Now, so we want to do your grade categories. So let's do the grade categories. All right, so let's just say I want to do Covey. You're going to say, well, hey, you put Covey at the end. Well, I'll show you how to change all this. All right. And if your title is too long, you want to shorten it, that's fine. I'm a simpleton. I just use this. I will say that each one of the Covey habits are worth 58 points. I'll show you how this is cool because you don't have to add this anymore. As long as they're equally weighted, you're good to go. Display class average to users. I don't do that. Just save and close. So here we have, this is what it looks like right now because we haven't inputted the exams or the final exam. So if I click on Covey and I go add an item, I'm going to say numeric because each paper has a numerical score to it. We're going to say this is habit 2. Wait a minute, don't you start with habit 1? Well, I'll show you how to change that in a minute. Habit 2. Category, now you got to put this in a category. If you don't, it throws it in as a separate deal. So let's pick Covey as the category because that's where it's going to go. And it automatically puts in what it's weighted at. And you can say exceeds or bonus, but you can go back and change it if you want. And I don't add the Rubik's, da-da-da-da-da. And just say save and add new. Numeric, see it's an item. Numeric and new. New item and numeric. We're going to say this is habit 1. Habit 1. And what category is it in? We're going to put it in Covey. And it's 58 points. Blah, 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 blah. Come on down here. Save and add new. Go back to numeric. Habit 3. Category again is Covey. Maximum points still 58, so we've got continuity there. Save and add new. Numeric. Habit 4. Habit 4. Category again is Covey. And you get the idea. So I'm going to do one. I will do one of these for each of the habits. Save and close. Now here we have our grade spreadsheet. Habit 2, habit 1, habit 3, habit 4. Okay. Well, I don't want to do that. Okay. I'm going to click on Covey. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to reorder. So you'll see that Covey is the first in my grade spreadsheet, and all its items are subcategories, if you will, are labeled like this. Well, I don't want to do that. I want habit 2 to be number 2. So I'm going to Click 2, and I'm going to say save. And now it reordered it. Habit 1 is now 1, 2, 3, and 4, etc., etc. Okay? So, now we come over here. A new category. What's the new category? We're going to do exams. General. We're going to say exams. And I don't need to shorten it anymore. Each exam is going to be worth 100 points, so I'll put that right there. 100 points. Display, grade, distribution to others, no, override display options. And save and close. So now I have Covey, and now I have exams. Well, I could have gone over there and added an item while I still had it open, but we're not going to do that, okay? Now, if you click on that, that just talks about adding it in, but I'm going to click on this button here. There's several ways to do this, and add an item under exams. It's a numeric weighted average. It's a numeric weighted, so, man, the internet's really slowing down. I'm going to say exam 1. Exam 1. And what category is it in? It's under exams. Look at that. Maximum point. Already filled it in for me, see? Isn't that cool? I think it's pretty cool. And then you can also copy your previous course into your current course if you want your current course in the contents and that sort of thing to be the same. But that's another issue. So, save and add new. It's numeric. Here's exam 2. Exam 2. What categories it's in? It's under exams. Automatically filled in 100 points, etc., etc. Come on down here and save and add new. Numeric. Exam 3. Again, the category is under exams. And maximum points. There we go. Look at that. So it already did it again. So, but now I think the FBI would even know that we have a pattern going on here. And we know how slow they can be at times. So we'll do exam 4 and then move on. Okay. Exam 4. Again, here's the category of exams. And we'll save and close it. Save and close. So, Covey and exams and all 1 through 4. All right. So, let's go over here and add our final category for my class. Now, your class could be different. There's a whole thing, a lot of things you can do here. And there are a bunch of other bells and whistles in D2L, but I'm a simpleton, and I don't need all that other stuff. All right, so here's the final exam. Final, I guess if you spelled it properly, final exam. Okay, I guess you could shorten it to final, but who knows? All right, and how much is my final going to be worth? I said mine's worth 800 points. Wow, isn't that cool? Okay. And then save and close. I'll make sure everything's looking good here. There's the exams and there's the final exam, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right, fine. So I want to add, now you got to add an item to your final. See, there's no numerical weighted average over here. Okay, so, because there's nothing in there. You'll notice that under exams, since I put all 4 of them in there, then that whole category is worth 400 points. And if I had finished adding the other 3 habits up here to Covey, then my total points would be, if I remember correctly, 406 or something like that. Yeah, 406. Okay, Yes, I teach applied mathematics. All right, so we're going to come up to the top and we're going to add an item to that category. So it's numerically weighted, and I'm going to title it Final Exam. You could just title it Final if you wanted. What category? Now, if we don't put that in there, it's going to put it as another category, its own category. I'm going to put Final Exam, and there it is. And look, it populated at 800 points. I mean, it can't get any simpler than this. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Override display options. No, we don't do that. So we're going to say save and close. Save and close. All right. So, and that was created successfully. Now, I want Covey behind the final. I'm going to do my final exam. I'm going to do my exams on the front part of the spreadsheet, and I want all this other stuff to be there. So, what we're going to do, we can come up here and we can click on all of this if you want. And what are we going to do? We're going to reorder this. Let's say we're going to reorder this. Okay. I want Covey to be number 3. 3 in the order of categories. Okay. And that should put exams as 1, the final as 2. Okay. And so I'm going to say save. And then let's see what happens. Look at there. Exams are the first category, and final exam is the second category, and then the Covey papers are the third category. So you're saying, oh man, I got more papers to do. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit Covey. I'm going to come back up here, and I'm going to add an item. And it's numeric. What category it's in? It's in Covey. See, it gave me my 58 points. I'm going to say save and add new. Numeric. Habit 6 is coming up. By now, you've already turned the video off and you're bored. Habit 6, I guess. To be Englishly correct, it should be a title. What category? Again, it's under Covey. Bingo. And that would be 6, so we got one more to do. Habit 7. Habit 7. Habit 7. Habit 7. Boy, isn't this fun? This is like watching paint dry, isn't it? Covey. Okay. Now you'll notice on the drop down that the drop down automatically reorders it when you reorder your deal. See, that's pretty cool, I thought. So, okay, that's Covey. So it should give us 58 points. And I'm just going to say save and close. Save and close. Now it'll bring me over to my built spreadsheet looking thing. Exams haven't changed. It's still 400 points max. Final exams 800. You got Covey's 406. Look at that. All the Covey papers are there. And so the final calculated grade is 1,606 points. And that's it. Now you come up here and you can go either to enter grades or you can go up to grades. Now let's go to grades. Let's go to grades. Processing. Got the spinning circle of death from Bill Gates. Are you going to get Bill Gates' chip in you? I'm not. They're going to put me in a re-education camp, I guess. All right, so here we go. There we are. There it is, and that's how it's done. Okay. So, it's pretty simple. Let's see, switch to spreadsheet, import more actions. You can go manage grades to enter them. All these hide down menus. You always have VTAC support if you want to wander through all that. Let's say manage grades. So let's give somebody a grade. Manage grades, manage grades, manage grades. No, I don't want to manage grades. We want to enter grades. Enter grades. There we go. All right. So let's say exam 1. Edit. Enter grades for exam 1. You can do that from the main spreadsheet. You don't have to go through all that other stuff. So let's just say exam 1. What exam is this? This is exam 1. Let's say that this guy watched all my videos, did what he's supposed to do, and he made 100. Okay, and we'll come down here, and we'll say this guy, he played Nintendo. I guess I dated myself, right? Could have said Mario. I never played video games. Kids did. Let's say he didn't pay attention. He got 85. So we just say save and close. Just say save. Then it'll ask you, do you want to save it? Yeah, you can save it. Blah, blah, blah. And it'll pop back up. And there we have it. So, and you can add feedback to the exams if you want over here, but all right, so let's go ahead and change this to 0. Actually, we're not going to put it, we're just going to delete that grade. We'll delete it, and we'll delete this grade. So we'll say save and close. Or save. Yeah, we want to save it. And so it goes back. There are no grades yet, because the class hadn't started. So we'll say save and close. Yes. And that's it. Save successfully. So that's all there is to it. If they send me the simple official short version video, the one I took back in the spring was really long to get to this simple step. I got bored and just went to the wizard and did it, and it worked out really well. So let's go back over here. Let's see if we can find my spring class that I used. This video is running 22 minutes, so we shouldn't have died too bad by now. Let's see here. View all courses, 25. I've got 25 stuff in here since D2L started. Let's see if we can find spring. There it is, spring, and this is the one that's closed. See, when the course starts, I never activate the lab for mine. I mean, if you had an actual physical lab class, or you wanted to do your lab separate, you could do. I'm a simpleton, and I'm just lucky because the lab and the lecture is the same for machine shop math. So we'll come over here, and we'll come up to my grades. And there were the grades from the spring. So those that drop the class and they're still on your roster, they don't show up as anything. So see, it was test 1. I should have lumped all these in a category back then, but I didn't. That was that 6-week fire drill that we all had to do, and I didn't make them do Covey in the spring because they only had 6 weeks, and so that's how it would end up if you actually put all these grades in there. So I hope this video helps. If not, you know how to email me. VTAC's available. Supposedly all those instructional videos they did in the spring on how to do everything you can possibly do with D2L is available. Linking it to publishers' information. I mean, you can really make this complicated. I just make it simple, and this should satisfy the system office requirement for us all having the grades on D2L. Now, for my courses, how I use D2L, because you can do whatever you want, but I basically use D2L as a depository, like my current class. And I got lazy in the fall, I'll admit it. I did not put my grade sheet in D2L. But since we were made to for the spring, then that's what we're going to do. See, my lab's inactive, so let's go over here. I don't have a grade spreadsheet for the fall. But my content for D2L, for my current course, and this is how my spring course is going to look. I've got a tab for my syllabus. It's got a video. That's where I put my video. I also have a YouTube channel. I will send you this link for the YouTube channel. All my videos are also on YouTube for my class. And here's the D2L. I walk them through D2L because some of the students don't. They got to take the D2L class. So there's a video on D2L, and then here's a list of all the online videos for the course. Here's Covey. There's the PDF for Covey, and I don't make them buy the book. I've got a foundation's permission to put the book up on D2L. And there's the machining, the video for Covey, and a paper review. Then I got a tab for reference materials. Then everything that we're going to do in week 1 is there. Week 2, week 3, you'll see the exams also in there. I think week 2, the exam. Where is it? Exam 1, yeah. I put all my exams up so that they want to work ahead, they can, because all the videos are there. Week 3, here's the case of the donut hole. We're talking about negative space. Those little round balls are not donut holes. Those are donut balls. The holes in the donut. Here's a bunch of videos that all tie to exam 3, which exam 3 is a booger in my class. Exam 3's got, I think, more moving parts than the final. But nonetheless, there's the videos for exam 4. Of course, all these are also on YouTube. And week 7. So that's how I set mine up. You can set yours up however you want, but just make sure your grade book. The only thing in week 8 is the final exam, and they have that available to them the very first day. So I hope this video helps. If not, send me an email, and we will do what we can to make this a painful transition. Most of y'all are probably doing this, but if you're not, this is a way to get your grade book in your course. All right. Goodbye.